morning. Welcome to Winnipeg. No sunrise this morning again. Just thought I'd get that over with right away. Now, undoubtedly, pretty much everybody's looking right here. And you're thinking to yourselves, I don't remember that yesterday. Well, we're going to be doing something today that we haven't done for, I don't know, 2-3 weeks. We're going to have a rollback. Yeah, I did come back to the model table yesterday afternoon. I think what's happened is that now that my airbrush is working so good, I'm kind of, I guess I'm in the groove again, you might say, and I'm just feeling real good about it. Yeah, let's just roll back and see how it is we got to that place, and then we're going to move on and figure out now what are we going to do about the hull, because we've got to, before we can glue this down, I want to have the hull all painted. I don't want to have to be masking everything off that I don't have to. Well, let's just roll back and see how it is we got to there. Okay, I'm going to try something just a little bit different here. I don't think I've done anything exactly like this before, but this little red pin that I've got stuck in the plywood here, it represents the left-hand side of this area that I'm going to paint when I zoom in. So if I can keep what I'm doing right about in this area, I know that you're going to be able to see it. At least, like I say, that's the plan. At least I think I said that. And if I didn't, I should have. Okay, so what I've got here is some 77. It is very thinned out. It's some old 77. I've already primed the pump here with the isopropyl. It's working fine. I've got the same low pressure as I had before. I'm estimating it's about 10 pounds. And I'm going to watch that I don't go all the way down to the bottom here now. Okay, that's about half full. I think that should be just fine. Okay, we'll get this out of the way, and I will try to keep my hands out of your way, but it might not work. I'm going to try and spray more or less in this direction. At least that's the plan. I think that I should be able to get all the areas pretty much. All right, let's, where's my other glasses here? Do I need them? Maybe I should. Bear with me. I can get in a little bit closer now. Okay, we'll get our fan going. We'll zoom in. And I'm going to just go very, very gentle here. Well, we'll let that dry and see how it looks. Okay, this paint is still a little bit wet. It hasn't cured. I'm guessing about 20 minutes has passed. I've cleaned my airbrush up. But my experience with removing masking tape is that if I can remove it before the paint gets brittle, I have better luck having very fine defined lines. Now I want to remember, don't go holding it down now on the, don't go pushing down on the paint. Okay, I think that came out pretty good. I don't know how it is on the other side. Like you can see right there better than I can, but I can see right here where maybe I might be able to take my tiniest brush and just sort of go along the edge of this block. Yeah, the masking tape kind of rode up a little bit on the side. But otherwise, I think it came pretty good. We'll let it dry, and then we'll take a really nice close look at and see how it came out here. Pretty much exactly 2 hours has passed now since we painted this. And yeah, it's about as dry as it's going to get. The paint's not cured, but it's not going to look any drier than this tomorrow than it does right now. Yeah, I think it'll look pretty good once it gets some detail on it. Now, when we get around to the all the way around, you'll be able to see on the backs of the bracket that the anchor chain windlass sits on. The paint is a little thin there. I wish I had noticed that when I had the airbrush in my hand, because one quick pass and that would have been, that problem would have been solved. Anyway, it is what it is. Okay, I just got off Wikipedia. I'm curious, how many of you donate to Wikipedia? When I looked up the length of the Iowa here, up came a little thing saying, could you donate $2? I think this is about the third time now I've donated $2 to Wikipedia. I kind of feel guilty about constantly using it and, not doing my part. Anyway, $2 isn't going to kill me. Anyway, according to Wikipedia, our Iowa is 270.43 meters long. Okay? In other words, it's 270 of these things right here. Okay, or 270,430 millimeters. So we're going to do it in millimeters because what I want to do is find out how high is the boot line. Now, I was in the book that I've got last night, and I was trying to find the word boot line. Nowhere in that book, in Stefan Drabinski's book, unless my search engine missed it, does it talk does the word boot line or boot. Line is in there. I can find center line, but nothing to do or water line. I can't find that either. So so we're going to just have to do it here, sort of manually. I'm going to take this paint and marking guide drawing, which is probably pretty close, and figure out, what scale is this drawing, and then measure the height of the boot line here, and then multiply it accordingly to see how much we have to change it to get it to 1 to 200, which is what this is. I'm gonna guess this is approximately. Oh, I was wrong before, but I'm going to guess it's probably about 800. Just for the fun of it, we'll see how close I am. I'm just sort of visualizing it in compared to the hull here. I don't know why I like to do stuff like that, but I do. Anyway, let's get on with it here. Let's measure it and see how long is it from stem to stern. I almost got it backwards. Okay, port and starboard, I finally got that figured out, I think. Okay, let's recompose here. Okay, I've got my camera set up, you might say a little bit precariously here, and if I bump it, it's going to fall over. So what we're going to do is we are going to measure this one right here. I think these are probably all the same length. I don't really care because this is the one I'm going to go by. And what we will do here is we will take this and we'll put it right on the bow. Now I know you're not looking straight down on it so you can't see it, but I've got it probably within 0.5 millimeter or better of being accurate. Now we're going to see how many millimeters long is this drawing using this meter stick here. Okay, now hold this down so it doesn't move. Go right up there. And see if I can straighten this out a little bit here. All right, what do we got there? It looks like 310, 20, 30... Oh, well, 325. Is that right? Okay, that's 300 millimeters. That's 310. No, I'm not doing that right. 310. 11, 12. It's about 312 and a half millimeters. Can you remember that? Because I won't be able to remember. Okay, 312 and a half. Okay, let's see if I can do this on the first take. I don't like to retake. Now, all right, you may not be able to read that, but I'll tilt it so you can later. Now we have 270,000 430. Okay, yeah, 270,430. That's what we got here. And we're going to go divided by 312.5. 312.5 equals. Okay, what does that say? 8. Anyway, I'm trying to look at the monitor here. 865 point, okay, 860, so it's about 865 to 1. I can't remember what I guessed. Did I guess 800? I can't remember. I was pretty close, wasn't I? Just by eyeballing it up against a 200 to 1 scale ship. Okay, so that's what we got. Okay, now what we're going to do is if we will divide this by 200, and that should, or would I divide this into 200? I got to think about this. It's one way or the other. Okay, we're going to just round this off here. So it's a scale of 1 to 865. So if we divide 200 into that, it would give us the whatever we have to multiply what we get off of this, so that it will match up with the Iowa model, Trumpeter's model. Okay, I'm trying to think and talk at the same time here, and my brain is half frozen this morning for some reason. Okay, quite a bit of time has passed here, as you can see. Now, clearly I am not thinking clearly, because a much simpler way to have gone about this would have been to have measured the length of the model and divided it by the length of this, and then I would know what the ratio was. But no, I had to go and make it all complicated. Okay, now, here's what's happened. About 6 days ago, in fact exactly 6 days ago, I got a call from my doctor's office. And they made an appointment with me for my doctor. Aren't I supposed to make the appointment with the doctor? Anyway, the doctor made an appointment to call me this morning at 10:15, which he has, and to tell me about the results from a second CT scan that I had, and don't worry, it's good news. In a way, they concluded that my problem is venous insufficiency. Now, my doctor that I had 20 years ago had already diagnosed me with that. And in fact, it was probably just over 20 years ago. And so I knew that I had it. But we don't need to go into all my details here. So that's probably why I was a little bit, you might say, muddled this morning, and didn't take the easy route to figure this out. So in other words, we have to multiply what this is by about 4.1 approximately. I'm just doing this in my head. So if we multiply it, whatever it works out to, we should be able to do that. So let's measure the height of this boot line here. Now I'm going to have to be, I'll put on the macro lens because this is not very high, and yeah, I'm having a good time here this morning. You're probably not, but hey, not all the episodes can be good. Okay, it turns out that it is 4.325, a ratio of 1 to 4.325, not 4.1. Now, I think right here between these two portholes is the easiest place to see the definition of the boot line. And we'll just try and adjust everything here. I think I can move in just a little closer yet. Okay. Now, I would say that is pretty much it. You know, it's going to be off a little bit, but I'm thinking that's probably pretty close. Okay, what do we got here? We got 1.8 millimeters. Okay, we'll just multiply that out, and yeah. Okay, here's the thing. If we do the math, it works out to almost 8 millimeters is what we need here. And I've either got 6 millimeter or 10 millimeter. Isn't that the way? Isn't that Murphy's Law for you? Now, I don't know. I'm kind of leaning towards using the 10 millimeter, but maybe the 6 would be better. I haven't made up my mind yet. But that's going to have to be tomorrow. Also, when we get down to the stern, because of the way it has to tuck underneath the stern, it actually gets quite wide. But not when you look at it horizontally, of course. But we'll deal with that tomorrow. Okay, I'm going to wind her up for today. Thanks for watching, everybody. And all being well, we're going to be seeing you tomorrow.